What up, y'all? Chargers Truther coming to you after our Week 17 loss to the Buffalo Bills, 22-24, dropped down to 5-10. The tank is in full, motion. This is the first game after the Brandon Staley, Tom Telesco era. We got Giff Smith, this new guy at head coach. I think he's been with the team for a while. The team seemed like it had, some life to it. It had, it seemed a little bit refreshed. Obviously, we had Easton Stick at quarterback, who just is not good enough. He's okay, maybe as like a third string. He'd probably be a good third string, just not a good. You're just not going to win games with Easton Stick. All due respect. Our rush game also bad, like it's always been. Austin Eckler, the only one doing anything on the ground for us. Spiller can't do nothing. Kelly can't do nothing. It's just really sad. I don't want to go too long about the same stuff. Just real quickly though, it's just so sad to see a tank in Justin Herbert's fourth season. Just a complete tank. We're maybe in the running for top 5 pick probably. And I'll get to the priorities in my opinion. What we should do with that draft pick. We're already looking at the draft. Just sad really, but getting ready for next season already. It's going to be a long off season for us, but it is what it is. Just drinking water here. Real quick, I'm going to go over these stats, and then I'm going to talk about the deeper issues I see with the Chargers and I've seen with the Chargers. Easton Stick, 23 for 33, 215 yards, 5 sacks. Didn't throw a pick, just not good enough at all. Austin Eckler, 15 carries, 65 yards, 4.3 average. I'm going to go back to Eckler, but Spiller, 2 carries, 1 yard. That's a half a yard average. Just terrible. Kelly, 1 carry, -2 yards. Terrible. Austin Eckler, the only running back on our roster that can do a damn thing for us, and all of the fans want him out. I want us to keep him, to re-sign him as a backup running back and get a RB1 to really take the load. And Austin Eckler would be like the change of pace back. That is ideal for the Chargers. But it seems like we're going to let him go, and then I don't know what the hell we're going to do at running back. But if you look at this, last season we had the 30th ranked rush offense, 30th in yards per carry. This year, 27th ranked rush offense, 27th yards per carry. Just atrocious rush game for years and years and years that has totally held this team back. And until we solve that, we're not going to win any Super Bowls. We're not going to do a damn thing. We're really not. Doesn't matter who we got at receiver, doesn't matter who we got at quarterback, doesn't matter who we got anywhere. You need to run the ball. It's football fundamentals. It's literally step 1. When you start a game, first play of the entire game, almost all the time, you run a dive. You run a dive just to test the waters. That's the first play, is a halfback dive up the middle. And because that is football fundamentals. If you can win on a dive, you can just keep doing it and just win the game. If you can't win on a dive, you are forced to be creative and find other ways, So ideally, you want to be able to win on that dive. You want to be able to win in the run game, and that is just going to let your whole team flourish. So in my opinion, this is the biggest problem with the Chargers, the lack of rush offense. And it's something that we absolutely must address in the offseason, getting more bulk, more maulers on the offensive line, investing in the tight end, and investing in the running back position. Most of all, we need a running back 1. And I'll just show you, I wanted to show you guys this film that I've been meaning to show you guys, but I think this is the biggest problem with the Chargers. It's going to showcase the lack of physicality in our team. This is against the Lions. Close game, right? Look at this line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and 1. Run play. Look at this. We're trying to stop a yard. The entire offensive line is 2 yards off the line, like 2 yards forward, just completely dominating the line of scrimmage, completely moving us off the line, bullying us. This is the reason why the Chargers disappoint. Okay, of course, this is a 3-man rush. Just a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. And look at the space and time Jared Goff has right here. These guys are both doing nothing. Look at Penei Sewell right here, all-pro freaking right tackle. Goff has got all day. Goff could literally take a nap. We just got to stop letting ourselves get bullied by the other team, and the way we do that is investing in the trenches, investing in the the rush game, the rush defense, and just big physical boys. I've said it every single video pretty much, and it's just the truth. It's just going against people that I don't know, don't really understand that concept of the trenches, of physicality, of aggression, of football fundamentals, run the ball, stop the run. They think, oh, we got Justin Herbert, could just throw the ball all the time, give Herbert the ball all the time. This guy is a human. He's not a robot. He cannot just have the ball every single play. Those are the biggest things that are holding us back, but again, showed some life, showed some fire to keep it, close with the Bills. We were winning at a couple of different points of that game, which is very surprising. Bills are a playoff team, and we got a backup quarterback. So that means that, there's some players on our team that have, that passion, that fire, that ability, but we just need to keep on building on this. Identify who these players are that need to stay with us and who we need to replace and who we need to, improve upon. And another thing, we cut Sebastian Joseph Day before the game. I don't know what was going on with that. There was some kind of internal problems. There was some article that ESPN wrote that Brandon Staley had favoritism. He wasn't really wishing certain players happy birthdays. I'm really not going to read too much into that. That's just sounds like so soft. Obviously, I'm not in there. I don't know what's going on. So again, I'm not going to read too much into that. I think that honestly, if you we're here to play football, and that's about it. So we're not here to go get milkshakes. We're not here to go and invite each other to our birthdays and have little fun parties. We're here to take care of business, hit people in the face, and that's it. That's it. You clock in, you hit people in the face, and you clock out, and you give it your best. That's really all there is to say about that. As far as head coaching, we have a head coaching vacancy kind of. I guess we're looking at Jim Harbaugh from Michigan. Would be cool. He used to be a Chargers quarterback. We're also, I guess, been talking about Bill Belichick. I guess that would be cool. Whatever. Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator from the Lions. Cool, I guess. I don't really know. I don't really have that much opinions on the head coaches. To me, it's more about the roster construction and making the right moves, which comes from the general manager position. I'm more interested in the general manager position. For that, I like this guy I think his name Adam Peters from the 49ers, done an impeccable job over there. We need a smart guy who can make the right priorities when identifying players in the draft, in free agency, and in roster construction. We need the right roster. We need the right players. And then you motivate them with the head coach, get some good schemes in there, and then, you see something great happening. Like the Dolphins came from, a mediocre team last season. Now they're kicking ass, got a good head coach, creative, but they're hitting on all cylinders. They're very well balanced, it appears. So last topic I wanted to go over is the draft that's coming up. So it says here on this website, Pro Football Network, we're going to be around the 8th pick, could even go up higher. There's some good players in here. A lot of Chargers fans are talking about Brock Bowers, the tight end. Would be cool, I could see it. Maybe try and hope for a Travis Kelce type player on the team. Cool. There's also Marvin Harrison Jr., the receiver. I guess he's the best receiver in the draft. Kind of would mean that we're kind of scrapping Quentin Johnson already. If he's really that great of a receiver, maybe. But what I would like to do, I think, what makes sense to me is to trade back and acquire more picks and to invest more in the trenches and in the physicality, the defensive tackles. We just cut Sebastian Joseph Day. Running back, we are literally about to have no running back. Linebackers could also use some hitters. Kenneth Murray's maybe leaving, just been mediocre there. Diane Henley hasn't done anything at all for us this season as a rookie. Offensive line, we need to replace Trey Pipkins probably. Just no depth behind them. Could maybe do it in free agency, but overall, I think our number one priority, positional priority, is running back. We need somebody that can take the load off Justin Herbert, hand him the ball, get yards, be productive, not just get stuffed 1 yard, 2nd and 9, freaking another 0 yards, 3rd and 9. You're putting massive pressure on Justin Herbert when you don't have a rush game, and he's not Superman. He cannot do these things all by himself. So to me, yeah, receiver would be great. Tight end I think would probably be a little better because he'd help out in the blocking game. Could use help everywhere. Safety, corner, linebacker, defensive tackle, defensive end, offensive line, freaking receiver, tight end, running back. Literally every single position we need. Like everything we need to improve. It just Tom Telesco has left us with such a weak roster, thus the 5-10 record. So for that, I'm suggesting to trade back and start stockpiling picks, and draft players with size, aggression, and physicality. I prioritize those traits in players to form this roster and develop into a powerhouse team, of an aggressive physical team that's going to hit and that's going to do the football fundamentals right. It's about do your job. It's not Justin Herbert doing his job and everyone else's job because they suck at their jobs. That's recipe for disaster, as we've seen year after 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 year. Quarterback cannot keep doing this. It's not flag football. It's not just receivers and quarterback. It's about football fundamentals, guys. I gotta stress that. Cannot stress that enough. Take things one step at a time. Build it inside out, and then you can eventually get to the point where you can have a solid team that can also throw the ball exquisitely well and do all that. So that's all I'm gonna say on this. Again, 5-10, terrible season. Gonna get a good draft pick. I just hate losing. I would have liked to see this win this game, to be honest. I know that doesn't make sense to most people because you want the higher draft pick, but I hate losing. And, these players are still smashing their heads in there. They're getting paid, obviously, but, yeah. So, I'm going to chug this water. Probably in the next video or so, somewhere soon down the line, I'll do a mock draft. Everyone loves mock drafts. We'll see what we end up with. So cheers. Hold on a second. Dang, I'm having trouble chugging this water, huh? I chugged that whole Four Loko, I think. Got 2 more games, guys. Really don't care what happens. I just want to see us play well, just to show some promise with this team for the next season. I want to see some players step up and show some promise for next season so that we can count on them and build upon them, for this roster. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll still be here. Thanks.